All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Are you wondering like me why a successful star like Katt Williams is so hated by Hollywood? The truth is that no one can deny Katt's outstanding talent, but his brazen badmouthing of his colleagues in front of the media has caused his reputation to plummet. Moreover, his mindless actions in front of the audience have also contributed to the millions of Hollywood fans wanting to boycott him. To know more about Hollywood's hatred for Katt Williams, don't miss this video. When we reflect on Katt Williams's career, it's clear that he has cemented his place as one of the most distinctive and memorable comedians of our time. His rise in the world of comedy was marked by a unique blend of sharp wit, flamboyant delivery, and an unapologetic persona that resonated with audiences. From his stand-up routines to his acting roles, Katt Williams demonstrated a rare ability to connect with people, whether through observational humor, social commentary, or his signature animated storytelling. One of the defining moments of his career was his role in Friday After Next, the third installment of the iconic Friday film series. The Friday franchise had already reached legendary status, with its first two films achieving cult classic recognition for their portrayal of urban life, relatable characters, and memorable catchphrases. However, by the time Friday After Next was released in 2002, there was a growing sense that the franchise was losing some of its magic. Enter Katt Williams as Money Mike, a character who reinvigorated the film with his outrageous antics and comedic energy. Williams's portrayal of Money Mike was more than just a typical comedic role. It was a performance that left a lasting impression. His sharp-tongued dialogue, larger-than-life personality, and physical comedy ensured that his character stood out, even in a film already brimming with beloved characters. For many viewers, Katt Williams was the highlight of Friday After Next, and his performance helped make the movie memorable, despite the diminishing returns of the franchise. He demonstrated his ability to take a supporting role and make it unforgettable, a testament to his comedic talent. But as the years went by, something curious happened. Despite his undeniable talent and rising stardom, Katt Williams seemed to fade from the mainstream spotlight. For someone who was once a ubiquitous figure in the comedy scene, his disappearance raised questions. What happened to Katt Williams, the man who had the comedic world in the palm of his hand? In today's world, fame is often fleeting. Many celebrities who once dominated the public consciousness eventually fade away, becoming distant memories in the ever-churning machine of entertainment. The industry is unforgiving, and maintaining relevance is an uphill battle. Celebrities either become household names with enduring legacies or the flavor of the month, those who enjoy a brief period of fame before disappearing into obscurity. For many, the spotlight dims just as quickly as it shines, and they are forgotten. However, this oblivion is not as scary as the case of Katt Williams. He was almost ostracized by Hollywood after an onstage incident with Shannon Sharpe. We all know Club Shay Shay, hosted by Shannon Sharpe, is widely recognized not only for its engaging format, but also because of Sharpe himself. Known for his long and successful career as an NFL tight end, followed by his time as an outspoken analyst for both the NFL and NBA, Sharpe's candid personality shines through in the podcast. His ability to draw out unfiltered, genuine conversations from his guests is a large part of what makes Club Shay Shay so successful. However, when Katt Williams appeared on the show, the conversation became an instant cultural moment. The episode is regarded as one of the most memorable and talked-about podcasts in Club Shay Shay's history. Katt Williams is known for his raw, unfiltered honesty, which is what fans love about him. His comedy has always been a reflection of his willingness to speak the truth as he sees it, regardless of the consequences. So, when he sat down with Shannon Sharpe, fans were eager to see if Williams would bring the same energy to the podcast, and he did not disappoint. From the moment the episode began, Williams made it clear that he wasn't holding anything back. The conversation quickly turned into a revealing, no-holds-barred discussion of his interactions and relationships with some of the biggest names in Hollywood. He aired grievances, exposed what he saw as behind-the-scenes machinations, and laid bare his feelings about fellow actors and comedians, many of whom are household names. The list of people Williams mentioned reads like a who's who of entertainment, including Steve Harvey, Martin Lawrence, Sean Diddy Combs, Ricky Smiley, Brandon T. Jackson, Kevin Hart, and Bernie Mac. When it came to Steve Harvey, Katt Williams was blunt about his disdain. Williams's criticism begins with a bold claim. He accuses Steve Harvey of stealing the concept for The Steve Harvey Show from fellow comedian Mark Curry, best known for his role in Hangin' with Mr. Cooper. According to Williams, Harvey took Curry's idea and ran with it, depriving Curry of an opportunity that could have significantly elevated his career. The Steve Harvey Show, which aired from 1996 to 2002, was a popular sitcom that played a crucial role in Harvey's rise to mainstream success, establishing him as a household name. However, Williams's accusation casts a shadow over the show's legacy, suggesting that Harvey's success came at the expense of another comedian's creativity and hard work. For Williams, this incident epitomized what he saw as a pattern of opportunistic behavior from Harvey, someone who, in his eyes, was willing to climb over others to achieve success. The accusation also hit on a larger issue within the entertainment industry, where the ideas of lesser-known or less powerful individuals are often co-opted by those with more influence. In Williams's view, Harvey represented the latter, using his clout to take advantage of other comedians. Williams didn't stop there. He went on to critique Harvey's acting abilities, describing him as a country bumpkin with limited range. This was a direct attack on Harvey's persona, which has always been rooted in his Southern charm and everyman appeal. While Harvey has found immense success as a host and comedian, his forays into acting have been less celebrated. Williams seized on this, implying that Harvey's acting skills were subpar and that his success in television was more a product of luck and circumstance than talent. Williams even suggested that Harvey's limited range in acting prevented him from becoming a true movie star, as many comedians of Harvey's era had transitioned from television to film with varying degrees of success. By calling Harvey out in this way, Williams sought to undermine his legitimacy as a versatile entertainer. Perhaps most notably, Williams implied that his own success in stand-up comedy was one of the reasons Harvey stepped away from the stage. During the height of his stand-up career, Harvey was part of the legendary Kings of Comedy tour, alongside Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Hewley. However, in the years that followed, Harvey shifted away from stand-up and focused more on television, hosting shows like Family Feud and The Steve Harvey Morning Show. Williams hinted that Harvey's decision to leave stand-up comedy behind wasn't just a natural evolution of his career, but was, in part, because Harvey couldn't keep up with the new wave of comedians, Williams included. This was a particularly biting critique, as it positioned Williams as a superior comedian who forced Harvey out of the comedy circuit. Steve Harvey, for his part, initially responded to Williams's accusations in a measured, indirect way. He dismissed the claims without addressing them head-on, advising people not to believe everything they heard. In various interviews and public appearances, Harvey took the high road, choosing not to engage in a back-and-forth with Williams. At the time, Harvey seemed to be focused on maintaining his professional reputation and not allowing the controversy to distract from his flourishing career as a host and media personality. However, by 2024, Harvey's tone had shifted. During a public event, Harvey directly addressed the situation with a more heated and forceful response. He called out what he referred to as his haters, clearly alluding to Williams, and issued a warning to anyone questioning his success or legitimacy. In addition to Steve Harvey, Williams also created his own feud with Sean Diddy Combs. Katt Williams's critique of Sean Combs was multifaceted, targeting both Combs's business practices and his public persona. Williams's dissatisfaction seemed to stem from what he perceived as Diddy's manipulative behavior and self-serving nature. In particular, Williams accused Diddy of using his influence to exploit others in the industry, suggesting that Combs's rise to fame and subsequent success was not just a result of talent and hard work, but also of strategic maneuvering and taking advantage of less powerful individuals. One of the central criticisms Williams levied was that Diddy's business practices were questionable and potentially unethical. Williams argued that Combs's success in building his empire, spanning music, fashion, and media, was not without cost, implying that Diddy's aggressive business tactics may have come at the expense of fairness and integrity. For many, this critique resonates with a broader narrative about the entertainment industry, where the lines between business acumen and exploitation can often blur. Williams's comments tapped into a long-standing discussion about how moguls like Diddy maintain their power and influence and whether their methods are always above board. Furthermore, Williams questioned Diddy's public persona, which has often been characterized by an image of charisma, luxury, and larger-than-life success. Diddy, known for his flashy lifestyle and public displays of wealth, has crafted an image of himself as a successful entrepreneur and a cultural icon. Williams, however, suggested that this public persona was a facade, masking the more ruthless and calculating individual behind the scenes. By critiquing Diddy's persona, Williams aimed to challenge the narrative that Combs's success is solely due to his charm and business acumen, positing instead that it might also be a product of less savory practices. The exchange between Williams and Diddy on Club Shay Shay has resonated widely because it touches on several themes that are central to contemporary discussions about celebrity and power. Fans and media alike have been quick to pick sides and analyze the implications of Williams's comments. For some, Williams's critique is seen as a bold stand against what they view as the unethical practices of a powerful figure in the industry. His willingness to speak out against someone as influential as Diddy is seen as a reflection of his commitment to honesty and his disdain for the more exploitative aspects of the entertainment world. On the other hand, Diddy's supporters have been quick to defend him, arguing that Williams's comments are not only unsubstantiated, but also an attempt to undermine someone who has achieved considerable success through legitimate means. For Diddy's fans, the criticisms may seem like an attack on the hard work and strategic thinking that have contributed to his empire. They might view Williams's comments as an attempt to provoke controversy and garner attention, rather than as a fair assessment of Diddy's career and practices. Not only Diddy, but the relationship between Williams and Ricky Smiley was also not good. Reportedly, Williams didn't just criticize Smiley's comedic style, but also questioned his overall impact and talent within the industry. According to Williams, Smiley's style of comedy lacked depth and originality, suggesting that Smiley was more about surface-level humor than offering the kind of nuanced, thought-provoking comedy that Williams values. This criticism is significant, given that Smiley has built a career on a comedic approach that combines observational humor with a focus on everyday experiences, often catering to mainstream audiences. Williams went further by challenging Smiley's credibility as a comedian. He implied that Smiley's reputation was inflated and that he was not as influential or innovative as he purported to be. By questioning Smiley's standing in the comedy world, Williams was essentially arguing that Smiley's success was not entirely a product of his talent, but possibly due to other factors, such as media exposure or commercial appeal. This kind of critique is particularly contentious because it touches on the often contentious relationship between commercial success and artistic merit in comedy. Also during this appearance, Katt Williams took the opportunity to address his strained relationship with Brandon T. Jackson, an actor and comedian known for his roles in films like Tropic Thunder and Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Williams's comments about Jackson were candid and pointed, revealing a depth of personal animosity that had previously been hidden from public view. This exchange offers a rare glimpse into the often complex and competitive dynamics that shape relationships in Hollywood. Katt Williams's critique of Brandon T. Jackson was not merely a professional disagreement, but seemed to stem from deeply personal grievances. Williams did not hold back in expressing his disdain for Jackson, making it clear that their relationship had deteriorated due to a series of incidents that left him with a negative view of his fellow comedian. This level of candidness is relatively uncommon in public forums, where disputes are often glossed over or handled with more diplomacy. One of the key reasons for Williams' animosity appeared to be related to personal interactions that went awry. Williams recounted specific incidents where he felt Jackson had wronged him or acted unprofessionally. These incidents, while not always detailed in their entirety during the podcast, painted a picture of a relationship marked by betrayal or disrespect. Williams's willingness to discuss these private matters publicly underscores his commitment to expressing his truth, even at the risk of further complicating his standing in the industry. Williams's critique also touched on Jackson's professional behavior and career choices. He suggested that Jackson's success was not entirely justified, implying that Jackson's rise in Hollywood was more a result of external factors rather than genuine talent or hard work. This perspective is significant because it reflects a broader critique of how some individuals achieve success in the entertainment industry. Williams's comments seemed to suggest that Jackson's achievements were, in his view, less deserving or more opportunistic compared to other professionals in the field. The turbulent narrative surrounding Katt Williams often raises questions about whether his erratic behavior was a symptom of substance abuse or a reaction to the pressures and dynamics within the entertainment industry. One striking example of this complexity is Williams's interaction with Martin Lawrence, a seasoned comedian and actor. Lawrence and Williams had a close relationship, with Lawrence viewing Williams as a younger brother in comedy. According to Williams, Lawrence made a significant promise to him. "Katt, when I come back, I need you. You, my young partner, you're my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing." This promise reflects the deep bond and mutual respect between the two comedians. However, their relationship was tested when Lawrence returned from his hiatus. Williams recounts an incident where Lawrence proposed a new project, Big Mama's House 2, which involved Lawrence once again donning a dress as part of his comedic persona. Williams was taken aback by this development, expressing his confusion and discontent. Why is he in a dress again? His reaction underscores a broader discomfort with the use of cross-dressing in comedy, a theme that has been controversial and contentious within the industry. Williams's disdain for the concept of wearing a dress in comedy was not just a personal preference, but also part of a broader critique he held regarding the industry. He felt that such roles were demeaning and did not align with his vision of comedy. His reluctance to participate in such projects highlights his resistance to conforming to industry norms that he believed undermined his dignity and artistic integrity. Katt Williams's commentary on the practice of comedians dressing in drag and its implications has been a recurring theme in his public statements over the years. This pattern has sparked considerable debate, touching on issues of personal dignity, industry expectations, and broader conspiracy theories. Williams's views on the subject reflect his dissatisfaction with what he perceives as a troubling trend within the entertainment industry. Williams has often framed the discussion around the concept of a humiliation ritual, which he argues is part of a broader pattern where comedians, particularly black comedians, are subjected to roles that undermine their dignity. This idea suggests that dressing in drag or participating in demeaning roles is not just about comedy, but could be part of a ritualistic practice intended to humiliate and control. According to Williams, this practice extends to many prominent figures in entertainment. Several high-profile comedians have taken on roles that involve dressing as women, including Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry, Jamie Foxx, Wesley Snipes, Chris Tucker, Arsenio Hall, Tracy Morgan, and the Wayans brothers. These performances, often celebrated for their comedic value, have also been critiqued by Williams as emblematic of a more insidious industry trend. Williams points out that even Kevin Hart, before his meteoric rise to fame, participated in a similar role on Saturday Night Live. Williams's commentary reflects a broader dissatisfaction with how such roles are perceived and the impact they have on those who take them. In a discussion from around 10 years ago, Williams articulated his views on this issue with striking clarity. It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Williams's remarks highlight the tension between comedic value and perceived humiliation. He acknowledges the comedic impact of such roles but simultaneously questions the underlying motivations and consequences. Williams also addressed the broader implications of these practices, linking them to what he describes as opposition to the Illuminati. According to Williams, those who oppose or criticize the Illuminati, an alleged secret society often associated with various conspiracy theories, face significant backlash. So now some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. This assertion reflects Williams's belief that criticizing certain industry practices or powerful entities can lead to negative repercussions, including professional and personal attacks. Williams's serious feuds with these famous names were not the main reason for his dislike of Hollywood. Williams himself had buried himself in other scandals in the years before. In November 2008, Katt Williams found himself at the center of a series of troubling incidents that would mark the beginning of a tumultuous period in his life. The month began with a significant professional setback when Williams missed an appearance on Conan O'Brien. This was a notable event given that Williams was a rising star in comedy, and his absence from such a high-profile show raised eyebrows. However, the situation quickly escalated beyond mere professional issues. Later that evening, Williams was arrested when police discovered 3 handguns in his car while he was leaving rapper Jim Jones's studio in New York. The arrest highlighted a troubling trend in Williams's life, where personal and legal issues seemed to intertwine with his professional struggles. The possession of firearms, combined with the circumstances of his arrest, contributed to an image of instability that was becoming increasingly public. The situation worsened when, shortly after his arrest, Williams checked into the Mount Vernon Inn in Sumter, South Carolina. His behavior at the hotel further underscored his state of distress. Reports indicated that Williams was found stumbling around the premises in a bathrobe with a towel wrapped around his head. This bizarre and disheveled appearance was alarming, and it quickly drew attention. When police arrived, Williams's request for directions to the nearest hospital indicated a sense of disorientation and a pressing need for help. The intervention of Williams's family at this critical juncture was crucial. They convinced him to seek psychiatric assistance, leading to his hospitalization. During this period, Williams expressed a profound sense of distrust and alienation, claiming that everyone had turned against him. His statements, combined with his erratic behavior, suggested a serious mental health crisis. Williams's incoherence and the general nature of his distress were indicative of the severity of his condition at that time. The aftermath of these events saw Williams retreat from the public eye. For nearly 3 years, from late 2008 to early 2011, he was scarcely seen in the media. There were no stand-up performances, no movie roles, and no television appearances. The only time he made headlines was when he was arrested. This period of silence was marked by a series of legal troubles that further compounded his difficulties. In November 2010, Williams was arrested in Coweta County, Georgia, on charges related to an alleged theft. Authorities accused him of stealing $3,500 worth of coins and jewelry. This incident highlighted a pattern of legal issues that seemed to be spiraling out of control. The arrest was a continuation of the negative press that had surrounded Williams and further tarnished his reputation. The situation deteriorated further in June 2011 when Williams faced arrest in connection with an alleged assault. The incident involved a confrontation with a tractor driver, during which Williams was accused of conspiring with 3 women to attack the man. This incident not only added to Williams's growing legal troubles, but also illustrated a disturbing pattern of increasingly erratic behavior. Despite these ongoing challenges, Williams made a notable comeback in 2012 with his 3rd HBO comedy special, Katt Apocalypse. The return to the comedy scene was a significant moment, signaling his attempt to re-establish his career and regain his footing in the entertainment industry. However, the spotlight on Williams's personal life and the bizarre behavior that continued to accompany his public appearances suggested that his struggles were far from over. In October 2012, Katt Williams found himself at the center of a series of high-profile and distressing incidents that showcased the troubling trajectory of his personal and professional life. The month began with a confrontation between Williams and comedian Faison Love outside a Hollywood club. The argument centered on a significant debt, $50,000, that Williams reportedly owed Love. As tensions escalated, Williams pulled out a gun during the altercation. Although it was later revealed that the weapon was unloaded, the incident underscored the volatility of Williams's behavior and the increasing severity of his legal and personal troubles. The confrontation with Love was just one of several troubling events in October. Earlier in the month, Williams faced allegations from his former assistant, Melissa Assog. Assog claimed that Williams had gone into a violent rage and attacked her. This accusation added another layer of gravity to Williams's situation, revealing that his erratic behavior was affecting those around him in addition to his public persona. The incident with Assog suggested a pattern of aggression that extended beyond his interactions with other celebrities and into his personal and professional relationships. The legal troubles continued to mount as Williams was arrested in Oakland, California, on November 9, 2012. The charges were related to an incident in which Williams allegedly assaulted a girl with a bottle, leading to accusations of assault with a deadly weapon. This arrest was part of a broader pattern of escalating violence and legal issues that plagued Williams during this period. The nature of the charges reflected a disturbing trend in Williams's behavior, characterized by increasingly violent outbursts and run-ins with the law. The following week, on November 16th, Williams's troubles reached a dramatic peak during a performance at the Oracle Arena in California. What was intended to be a comeback show instead became a public spectacle as Williams exhibited a complete meltdown on stage. The performance was marked by erratic and incoherent behavior, suggesting that he might have been under the influence of substances. For 15 minutes, Williams rambled aimlessly and engaged in provocative and confrontational remarks directed at the audience. In the latter half of November 2012, Katt Williams's tumultuous year reached a series of dramatic and troubling peaks, underscoring the severity of his personal and legal struggles. On November 17th, Williams was involved in a high-speed police chase in Los Angeles while riding his 3-wheeled motorcycle. The chase began when Williams failed to pull over for a traffic stop. His attempt to evade the police was emblematic of the reckless behavior that characterized much of his recent activities. The pursuit ended with Williams's arrest, adding to his growing list of legal issues and further highlighting his inability to manage his personal crises effectively. The events in Los Angeles were just the beginning of a tumultuous series of incidents that would continue to plague Williams. Just a week later, on November 24th, Williams faced another arrest in Seattle, Washington. This time, the arrest followed an altercation at a bar located in the South Lake Union neighborhood. The dispute at the bar led to Williams's arrest, which came on the heels of him missing the first night of a planned two-night performance at the Paramount Theater. The missed performance was a significant professional setback, reflecting not only his erratic behavior, but also his failure to fulfill his commitments to fans and venues. Williams's legal and personal difficulties were further compounded by an incident in Sacramento, California, where he slapped a Target employee for no apparent reason. The episode occurred at a local Target store and quickly drew attention for its inexplicable nature. The incident was notable not just for its randomness, but also for the public reaction it generated. The slap was covered widely in the media and became a target of mockery on late-night television shows, including Conan O'Brien. The ridicule on such prominent platforms highlighted the absurdity of the situation and further tarnished Williams's public image. The slap at Target was a particularly telling example of Williams's deteriorating behavior. The randomness and violence of the act reflected a pattern of escalating aggression and instability that had become increasingly apparent throughout the year. Such incidents, occurring in rapid succession, painted a stark picture of a comedian struggling with serious personal issues, including potential substance abuse and mental health challenges. What do you think about why Hollywood hates Katt Williams? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.